really the main reason I came here was on my visit. It's just really one of your normal official visits, but my dad and I came, we watched shoot around. And then after shoot around, we went up to Coach Jacobs' office. And I hadn't even talked to Coach Jacobs. I'd only talked to D-Rock. It was my first time meeting Ant, meeting Coach Jacobs, meeting Bates, meeting all those guys. We sat up there with Coach Jacobs at his office. It was just me, my dad, and Coach Jacobs for probably an hour. And we talked about a ton of different things. He talked about what he liked about me, talked about the culture here, how he wanted to win a national championship, things like that. But it was just his, his aura, I guess that's the word, about him. We left the office right after that, and we were walking down the hallway. It was just me and my dad. I said, "Dad, I'm coming here. I have to play for him." I said, "I have to." And my dad was like, "Well, you got the game to watch. You got the whole rest of the night." I said, "I know, but I'm coming here. This is what's gonna happen."
I came to UH because I wasn't highly recruited at first, and I knew the culture growing up in Huntsville was unreal. Like, the guys actually loved each other. When I came to games, like, after we would win, or after they would win at the time, it was all celebration, no matter who scored, no matter who did what. Like, the guys were happy. And you don't see that a lot. Everyone, whether it was the starters to the red shirts, were celebrating. And just the value that UH has all across Huntsville, I knew that it was going to be the best interest for me.
I knew that I wanted to go to a program where it felt like family, and it felt like there was a coaching staff there that really cared. And on top of all that, the UH is a program that has been really successful throughout my childhood. I remember coming to games when I was younger and seeing guys like Josh Majette, Jamie Smith, Zane Campbell, playing really big games and win a lot of games. And that kind of stuck with me throughout my recruiting process. And I just thought back to those memories as a child, and I wanted to be a part of something like that.
What I bring to the program, I would say hard work. I feel like my hard work and my work ethic not challenges maybe as much, but really, really puts pressure on other guys to work hard too. Because when you see that, you feel like you kind of have to as well. And if not, then you feel like, am I doing as much, or maybe you're not reaching that level.
I just think that what I was able to do is carry it on. That's always what Coach Jacobs said. He would say, if you're not playing for anything, you might as well play for the players before you that have built this up. And I think that's something that I was able to do.
I feel like the best thing I brought was my mind to the game, because I feel like I have a really good knowledge of the game. So not just helping myself, but if I see, I'm really good at picking up on something. So seeing something that somebody's doing and trying to help them out, trying to help Coastal, because I've got the experience. I'm trying to help him understand small things, trying to help Luke understand small things, and just trying to help the younger guys.
I brought opportunity. Like, when people saw me start here, I wasn't the most talented and I wasn't the most recruited. And so I think when kids come in here, hopefully they see that you don't have to be the highest recruited in your class. And you don't have to be getting starting minutes or even any minutes your first year, and that it is a process. Like, I hope I engulf the whole vision of UH. It is a process. You got 5 years.
Someone I've just looked up to is Josh Majette, obviously, just because, he's, he played in the NBA. He's all everyone talks about. When you talk about UH, you talk about Josh Majette, and he's just someone that I've been able to talk to, and he's just been really cool about reaching back and talking to, UH guys currently, and he's just been really, really cool to me. So he's just someone I really respect, and just it's been great being able to get to know him. And then someone who I just kind of try to play like, because I've watched a lot of film on, is Jamie Smith. I think he didn't play point guard probably till his senior year, because he was playing with Josh and he was more of a 2. But he could do both, and he could, play make and score. obviously he was probably like the best shooter to come through UH. So I always liked watching him and seeing how he played, seeing how he scored the ball.
When I first came in, one player that I really kind of looked up to and learned a lot from was Troy Saxton. He was an amazing player here, and he obviously wasn't the most physically gifted. So that's one thing that he definitely told me was, you got to learn the game and study the game and understand how the different style from high school to college is very much more high-paced, and just the style of basketball is completely different. And so always studying and learning from the game is something that you definitely need to emphasize, and that's something he emphasized. And he was an amazing player, and it wasn't because he was not the most athletic. It was just he was smart and he knew how to get other people open, and I think that was something that I always tried to emulate. Was definitely trying to get someone else a better shot than I did, and so I just think that was something that I always learned from him, and I always looked up to that. And I watched film with him all the time, trying to figure out how he made certain plays and stuff like that. And I just learned a lot from him, especially my freshman year, but just continued to just learn the game, and that's just something that I've always taken away, and I think made me a much better basketball player. Also, Kip came to my mind. I remember, coming in as a red shirt, and Kip, in particular, kind of took, us under our wing, and just kind of showed us the ropes and just made sure we felt welcome and included. And especially during that first month here, it's kind of scary coming to college, right out of high school, and not knowing what to expect. And you got guys that are 23, 22 years old, and you're 18, and he acted like we've been best friends for 10 years. So I really admired the way he treated young guys and kind of took them under his wing.
I like Greg. I don't have maybe as much emotion during the game as him, but I always admired how he's just crazy, and he kind of does things his own way, and he's a little off the wall, and just like I said, does things his own way. So I've always liked that, and I may not do it as much, but it was always enjoyable to watch because you could see it in the way he played.
On the court was C for sure. I just saw myself in him, and I saw himself in me a lot. I always wanted to be like him, scoring, rebounding, and he kind of paved the way for me. My success, I have a lot to do with him. I don't know. We weren't super close, and I just wish he would kind of know that the reason I succeeded was just watching him. I mean, I tried to do everything that he did, scoring, rebounding, get all the accolades that he did, because I thought, if I did do that and win, honestly, if I could win as much as he did, I know I'd be in good company.
I feel like when people look back and they say my name, they'll be like, man, he could hit some big ones, or he just left it on the court, and he didn't care if he missed that one. The next one, he thought the next one was going in.
The last value I would say is probably just, I don't even know if it's a value, but just a friend, just a brother that people can look to, and if they ever need help, I'm here.
Well, talking to some of the freshmen, I would tell them stories I did this and this my freshman year, and this my sophomore year, and I didn't have my head on straight, and just not always doing maybe not bad things, but just not what I was supposed to be doing. And all the freshmen were like, I just don't see that in you. I don't think you could ever do that. And I made a lot of changes while I was here, and my faith has grown, morals, just overall as a person, I think I've grown. And I think it's pretty cool to see that those freshmen see me in that light and can really appreciate, they didn't see where I started, but all they know me for is kind of when I'm walking out the door, and that's, caring about the guys around me, trying to be a little bit more selfless, just really pouring into the guys around me, and just trying to get out of my own head and, take the focus off of myself each day. So I think that's something I can leave with him.
I want to thank you seniors, like you, JJ, Seth, Sam, Riley, you know, like life wasn't always smooth. It isn't always smooth, and it wasn't always smooth up here for me. And, you know, I've unfortunately, you know, experienced some pretty low points in my life, and you know, without this team, I don't know really where those low points would have taken me, but y'all were always there kind of as like guys I could lean on, and like y'all are kind of like my rock that like is kind of like held me steady, you know, when like everything outside of basketball didn't really make sense. And that's what's so special about this program, is that it's more than just a basketball team. It's more than just, you know, playing a college sport and winning a lot of games and, you know, having fun. It's about, you know, creating friendships and memories that will last a lifetime.
I think the first, and I don't think I know that the first people I want to say thank you to are my parents and my family, because through the ups and downs in my life, like, they got me here. And then obviously the next thank you would be to Coach Acuff for giving me an opportunity and giving me a chance. Lastly, I would have to thank just the guys that I came in with. Like, I would have no success, and I genuinely, like, I would have zero success if it wasn't for you, Kerney, Seth, Sam, Jack, Riley, just being friends off the court. I mean, when I was at my lows, you guys took me to my highs, so I really thank you guys.
So Coach Ant's the only coach that's been here my entire 4 years. And he's someone that I think has just become, like, as much as I've improved as a player, I think, in my 4 years, Ant has improved as a coach, like, times two. Like, he's become such a good coach since I've been here. He's someone that has so much confidence in his guys, and he's a really good encourager, and he'll let you know. And he's just someone that I've been able to talk to at any time. And we talk almost every day, just, you know, about anything, and he's just always been in my corner. He's always going to be. So, yeah, I love Coach Ant. He's the best, and he'll always be, you know, someone I look at as a coach and a friend. So,
and then I think Coach Johnson too. I'll never forget. It was my redshirt year, so I wasn't even playing, and my first semester wasn't great. You know, it was a little disappointing that first year. I thought I was going to come in and practice, you know, have better practices, and just I thought I was a little bit better player than I was, so I was kind of down on myself. And that second semester, I really committed to working hard, and I walked up to the coach's office because I didn't have anybody to shoot with that day. And I was just looking for one of the assistant coaches at the time, or one of the GAs, and there was no one there except for Coach Johnson. And redshirt me didn't realize that, you know, the associate head coach, or like the head assistant, normally doesn't just work out, you know, freshmen, let alone players at all. And I was like, "Hey, Coach Johnson, you want to work out?" And he popped right up and had a big smile. He was like, "Yeah, let's work out." So we worked out for about an hour and a half, and then really good workout. Then the next day, I was like, "That was fun. Like, I want to do that again." So I walked back up there, and I said, "Hey, Coach, you want to work out?" And he reaches under his desk, and he has shorts and the basketball shoes. He said, "Yeah, let's go work out," because he knew I was going to come back. And he ended up working out with me 3 or 4 times a week. And it was right in the middle of a season that they were playing really, really well and winning a lot of games. And there was really important stuff going on. And he took the time to work out with me, who was a redshirt, who hadn't scored a point or played a minute for the team yet. But the fact that he was taking his time.
Next would be my dad. Just basically for teaching me everything and always being there for me. Hardly ever missed any games throughout my career, throughout my life. Also my mom too, and my brother. They're always put me first over themselves.
You know, coming up here as a child and seeing all these great players, you know, play before me, and just being a part of a winning program with such great tradition and culture, it's really special to say, you know, I played basketball at UAH. Like, that carries weight around here in the state of Alabama, the city of Huntsville and like throughout the Southeast. I mean, we're a nationally recognized program, and I mean it's a big deal to play here. And everyone a part of this program treats it as a big deal because it is. And it just, but off the court, it just to play here just means so much to me. You know, like I remember back in high school, you know, I'm from Mountain Brook, where a lot of people from Mountain Brook go to Auburn, Alabama, and they just join, you know, fraternities and just partied up. And I remember thinking like, oh man, like I'm gonna miss that, like be with my high school friends, and just what if I'm, you know, like what am I missing out on? I'm like couldn't be more happy that like I matured and I realized that like that's not what I wanted to do. And like if you want to do that, that's fine, but like you want to be a part of something special with special dudes and special coaches and like fans and boosters that really care and not only win games but just create long-lasting relationships that will go with you the rest of your life. Like this is the place for you.
It means a lot of things. You don't realize just how close you are with a lot of these guys, because after they graduate, you know, most of the time seniors move off or they go home, and you know you may talk to them every now and then, but with a lot of the guys here, you still see them, you still hang out with them, and you're really invested in each other's lives. And I noticed it very intensely at Chase and Emily's wedding, when you look around at the reception and at the wedding, and it's, you know, 2 pews full of nothing but teammates and basketball guys. And then, you know, you're eating dinner after at the reception and you look around and it's nothing but basketball guys there. And you just look, you think about other teams in the league, and there's no chance that those guys are at each other's weddings, at big moments in their lives, you know, at, you know, good events and bad events. You know, I don't think that's very common between, you know, teammates at other levels.
No, honestly, it means the world to have been able to be brought into such a special place. You can't tell me there's more than a handful of places in the country as special as this place. It's you just, everyone loves each other. You know what I mean? Like it's incredible to be around something like that. People always talk about it. It's like, oh, you know, basketball team's a family. Like, you know, that's just how it is. And it's like, rarely is it ever actually like that. You want your team to be a family, but rarely is it ever actually like that. And this place was like that. It was like all these guys are my brothers.
This is just a very, very special place. It's just something that I somewhere will always remember, and I think that it's made me the person I am today. And I look back to, you know, in high school, like kind of person I was, and I look now like I've changed and developed into just so much better of a human being, especially just because of all the people that I'm around on a daily basis. You know, this program has just done so much for me, and it's just been an amazing 5 years that I could never ever regret anything that I've ever done. And I just think that it's shaped me so well into a human being that's ready to, you know, approach the work life. And I want to work in an athletic department mainly because I had such a good experience here, and I think that shaped my mind and my way of living. I want to affect someone else the way I was affected so positively, and so this program it means a lot to me. And I think that you know, it's not just another basketball program, not another team. And this is something that's a very, very special place, and that's kind of why I made this video, was pretty much just to show that and shine a light on this program and what it is all about. And it's an amazing place with amazing people, and it's unlike any other place I've ever been. And so I think that that's something that needs to be shown, and something that needs to be celebrated 100%.
Really everything. I mean, my whole life has been here, so really, like, really my parents getting to see me do everything, and my brother. I mean, you can't beat it. So just win everything.
I'm getting emotional just talking about it. I mean, they put their faith in me, and it feels good, and they trusted me. And
just to get to play in here and get to represent UAH and get to showcase what this program is about and what we can do. It's a really awesome feeling, and it's a really humbling experience.
Well, it's not Lenny Akers' tenure, it's been everybody's tenure. There's so many people, I'm just really blessed to be a part of it. And there's so many people that have invested in our program, so many people that have given selflessly. We wanted to build a program. We had no interest in having a team. We did not want to have a team. We didn't want to take shortcuts. And everybody that was in those stands tonight, we're so thankful. And believe me, I know how blessed I am. And I'm just the beneficiary of a lot of people that have been very, very supportive.